Before the resolution, Councillor Morton is also asked to address the meeting.
Thank you very much, Convener. We have never discussed the topic that I wanted to raise with you today in this chamber, so I hope you bear with me for speaking for a few moments. I want to ask you all to join with me in recognising the historic passage yesterday of the Equal Marriage Bill in the Scottish Parliament. And the victory yesterday is of great consequence to me personally, to my family, friends, and to many of the people that we all represent. While a great many people yesterday were quietly confident that history would be made in Edinburgh, we in the LGBT community have faced too many setbacks over the years to believe it. The slogan of our fight for equal marriage was, "It's time." And yesterday, that wishful two-word sentence turned into reality. Thanks to an overwhelming vote in the Scottish Parliament, 105 votes to 18 to be exact, the representatives of the Scottish people declared once and for all that love is love, no matter who you love. For many people, this has seemed like a fait accompli, the natural march of equality. While I always hoped it would be so, just 10 years ago or less, the prospect seemed impossible. But no injustice can stand as long as there are people willing to speak up and speak out. It is only right then to thank the various campaigning organisations, both here in Moray and around Scotland, and the leading Scottish figures who have spoken up consistently over the years for the right to marry the person you love, regardless of their sex. So I pay tribute to them for their tireless efforts, and they all know who they are. And I want to record my thanks too to our local MSP, Richard Lockhead. I've used every opportunity to press him and his government on this issue, but when it came down to it, thankfully they needed no pushing. Too often in politics we do not thank those from other parties, so I thank him today for voting for the bill. Convener, there are men and women who live in parts of this country where it cannot be easy to be openly gay, yet they spoke up and made the case for their equal rights. There are mothers and fathers, sisters and brothers, aunties, uncles, grandparents and friends who have supported their loved ones in coming out, in making their way in the world and in fighting for their own equality. Without that support, the first steps in coming out can be perilous. I had unwavering support from my family, but others did not and are sadly no longer with us as a result. Without the support of family and friends of the LGBT community, quite frankly, yesterday could not have happened. So there are no words that can describe the depth of gratitude we owe them. But I also want to pay special tribute to those people who have been on their own journey when it comes to gay rights. 10, 15 or 20 years ago, Moray in Scotland was a different place, not always sure of its view on gay rights. But Moray has been transformed as times and attitudes have changed, with gay groups meeting in pubs and holding events across the area, often with younger people leading the way. And I never dared dream, when I came out at the age of 15, someone who was born a year after it was decriminalised to be homosexual in this country, that one day I would be able to marry a man. I was more likely imagining that I would have to marry a woman and live a lie. But we have at last reached that momentous goal, and not just because of the efforts of equality campaigners who were sure of injustice when they saw it, but because the people of Moray in Scotland who were unsure, who perhaps didn't think they knew a gay person 10 years ago, were willing to listen and open their hearts and minds to the idea that we have nothing to fear from love. And by doing so, they have been an unforgettable part of the journey for equality for gay people. So I thank them from the bottom of my heart, not for just permitting me that chance of the happy marriage I do still hope to one day have, but for realising the dreams of my 15-year-old self and making possible the unfulfilled ambitions of generations of gay men and women and their families who fought alongside them. So together, from all walks of life, we have truly made history, and I urge you all to recognise that. Thank you.